What lurks within the hearts of men? A chilling question made all the more unsettling by the very existence of serial killers. These predators, driven by their own twisted desires, walk among us, often undetected until it's too late. Their crimes, brutal and calculated, leave behind a trail of devastation and sorrow. To understand these individuals, we must delve into the darkest recesses of their minds, exploring the motivations and desires that fueled their horrific acts. Our journey takes us deep into the annals of criminal history, where names like Bundy, Dahmer, and Gacy evoke a primal fear. These individuals, forever etched in the public consciousness, represent the epitome of human evil. Their stories, as disturbing as they are captivating, provide a glimpse into the abyss of the human psyche. By dissecting their backgrounds, analyzing their crimes, and attempting to understand their motivations, we strive to shed light on the darkness that can consume a human soul. The study of serial killers is not for the faint of heart. It demands a strong stomach, a keen eye for detail, and an unyielding desire to confront the darkest aspects of humanity. Yet this exploration is a necessary endeavor, for within the minds of these monsters lie clues that can help us understand, predict, and potentially prevent similar tragedies in the future. Join us now as we embark on this chilling journey, venturing into the depths of human depravity to unravel the mysteries of history's most notorious serial killers. Few names elicit such a visceral reaction as Ted Bundy. Charming, handsome, and undeniably intelligent, Bundy shattered the stereotypical image of a serial killer. His crimes, heinous and cruel, shocked a nation and left an indelible mark on the American psyche. Bundy's modus operandi often involved luring women with his charm, exploiting their trust before unleashing his brutality. Born Theodore Robert Cowell, Bundy's early life was marked by instability and a troubled relationship with his mother. Some experts believe that this early trauma played a role in shaping his psyche, contributing to his feelings of inadequacy and his need for control. As Bundy matured, his crimes escalated in their depravity. He indulged in necrophilia, often revisiting the graves of his victims to further dehumanize and control them, even in death. Bundy's intelligence made him a master manipulator. He represented himself in court, exuding an air of confidence that both captivated and repulsed observers. Even as he faced overwhelming evidence, Bundy maintained his innocence, further fueling the public's morbid fascination with him. His case brought the term serial killer into the common lexicon, forever changing the way law enforcement and the public viewed these predators. Despite his attempts to charm his way out of justice, Bundy was eventually found guilty and sentenced to death. His execution in 1989 was met with a collective sigh of relief, but the questions surrounding his psyche lingered. How could someone so seemingly normal commit such unspeakable acts? The answer, it seemed, lay buried deep within the labyrinthine corridors of Bundy's mind, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath even the most charming facade. The name Jeffrey Dahmer evokes a unique blend of horror and morbid curiosity. Known as the Milwaukee Monster, Dahmer's crimes were a macabre tapestry of murder, cannibalism, and necrophilia. His apartment, a gruesome tableau of human remains, became synonymous with unimaginable evil. Dahmer's motives were complex, a toxic cocktail of repressed homosexuality, a desperate need for control, and a chilling desire to possess his victims completely. Dahmer's troubled childhood offered glimpses into the darkness that would later consume him. A fascination with death, evident in his childhood habit of collecting animal carcasses, hinted at a deeper disturbance brewing beneath the surface. As Dahmer grew older, this morbid interest morphed into a dangerous obsession with control and domination. He sought to transform his victims into submissive objects, attempting to erase their individuality and preserve them as his own grotesque possessions. The gruesome details of Dahmer's crimes revealed during his trial sent shockwaves through America. He drugged, tortured, and murdered 17 young men, often engaging in cannibalism and preserving body parts as trophies. Dahmer's ability to appear normal, even charming at times, allowed him to operate undetected for years. He lured his victims, many of whom were marginalized young men, to his apartment with promises of companionship, only to subject them to unimaginable horrors. Despite his attempts to plead insanity, Dahmer was found sane and guilty on 15 counts of murder. He was sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms, a small consolation for the families of his victims. Dahmer's case highlighted the importance of criminal profiling and the need for greater awareness of the warning signs of psychopathy. His life and crimes serve as a stark reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places, often masked by an unsettling veneer of normalcy. John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, embodied a horrifying truth evil often hides in plain sight. Gacy's story is not just about the heinous acts he committed, but also about the terrifying reality that such evil can exist right next door, masked by a veneer of normalcy and charm. Gacy, a seemingly normal contractor and active community member, led a double life, preying on young boys and burying their bodies beneath his suburban home. His neighbors saw him as a friendly, helpful man, always willing to lend a hand or host a neighborhood event. His story is a chilling reminder that appearances can be deceiving and that monsters can hide behind the most innocuous facades. The smiling face of Pogo the Clown, a character Gacy created to entertain children, concealed a mind capable of unimaginable horrors. Gacy's upbringing was far from idyllic. Born in 1942 in Chicago, he was the second of 3 children. His father, an alcoholic, was often violent and abusive, creating a household filled with fear and tension. He endured physical abuse from an alcoholic father who constantly belittled his aspirations. This abuse was not just physical but also emotional, as Gacy's father would often call him names and undermine his self-worth. These early experiences left deep scars on Gacy's psyche, fostering feelings of inadequacy and a desperate need for validation. The constant need to prove himself and gain approval became a driving force in his life. As an adult, Gacy sought to overcompensate for these insecurities, crafting a persona of success and respectability. He was determined to be seen as a pillar of the community, someone who had overcome his troubled past. He became a successful contractor, a loving husband, and even a children's entertainer, dressing up as Pogo the Clown for parties and events. This role allowed him to blend in seamlessly, gaining the trust of parents and children alike. This carefully constructed facade, however, hid a dark secret. Behind the mask of the jovial clown and the successful businessman was a man battling inner demons and harboring sinister desires. Gacy was harboring a growing darkness within, fueled by his repressed homosexuality and his desire for power and control. His inability to reconcile his sexual orientation with his public persona created a dangerous internal conflict. He began luring young boys to his home, promising them work or money. These boys, often from troubled backgrounds or in need of quick cash, were easy targets for Gacy's manipulative tactics. Once inside, he would overpower them, often torturing and sexually assaulting them before finally taking their lives. The brutality of his actions was shocking, revealing a level of cruelty that was hard to comprehend. Gacy's crimes sent shockwaves through America, shattering the illusion of safety in suburbia. The idea that such a monstrous figure could live undetected in a quiet neighborhood was deeply unsettling. The discovery of 29 bodies buried beneath his house, along with 4 others found in a nearby river, painted a horrifying picture of a predator operating unchecked in the heart of a community. The sheer number of victims and the methodical nature of the burials highlighted the extent of Gacy's depravity. Gacy's trial was a media spectacle, with the world watching in horror as the details of his crimes unfolded. The courtroom was filled with a sense of disbelief and revulsion as witness after witness recounted the gruesome details. He was found guilty of 33 murders and sentenced to death. The trial and subsequent conviction brought some closure to the families of the victims, but the scars left by Gacy's actions would never fully heal. Gacy's case remains a chilling reminder that darkness can lurk beneath even the most unassuming exteriors. A stark reminder that true evil often wears a friendly face. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of taking people at face value and the importance of vigilance in our communities. In the aftermath of Gacy's arrest and trial, the community struggled to heal and move forward. The sense of betrayal and loss was profound, but it also brought people together, fostering a renewed commitment to looking out for one another. The legacy of Gacy's crimes is a heightened awareness and vigilance within communities. People became more cautious, more aware of the potential for hidden dangers, and more committed to protecting the vulnerable among them. Remembering the victims and honoring their memory became a crucial part of the healing process. Memorials and tributes were established, ensuring that the lives lost were not forgotten and that their stories served as a powerful reminder of the need for justice and compassion. The lessons learned from Gacy's case continue to resonate today. It underscores the importance of community resilience, the need for mental health support, and the critical role of law enforcement in identifying and stopping predators before they can cause harm. John Wayne Gacy's impact on society is a haunting one, but it also serves as a catalyst for change. His story is a stark reminder of the depths of human depravity, but also of the strength and resilience of those who survive and fight back against such evil. As we reflect on the horrors hidden behind the clown mask, we are reminded to remain vigilant, to look beyond the surface, and to always be aware that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones who seem the most ordinary.